Everybody dreams every night, and it's not just us humans, animals as well. So it must be important, really important. The dreaming state is a state where you are completely lost to the world and therefore very vulnerable. And so why you dream is interesting, to say the least. And scientists, mystics, religious leaders, amongst many others, have been speculating on why it is for as long as we can collectively remember. And the fact that Joe Griffin, one of the founders of the Human Givens, has actually formulated an understanding that makes complete sense and is self-evidently close to the truth, not least because it can explain so much, such as why depression takes hold and is so devastating. Well, that is kind of interesting, to say the least. And this is it in a nutshell. Dreaming is nature's solution to the problems emotions cause animals and humans. An emotion can be thought of as an expectation or a physical preparing for action, which is not acted upon, risks all kinds of distress, explosions even. For example, a worry is an emotion felt in your body that is expecting action on your part to clear away a potential problem in the future. Anger is requiring action on your part to defend yourself in some way. And joy is the anticipation of a pleasure you can really share and live. So when the emotion is not acted upon, it then stays in the body, festering and filling you up, just like this would do. And what dreaming does every night is discharge that uncompleted emotion by playing it out in metaphor. So here's an example of what I mean by metaphor. Ivan Terrell, the other founder of Human Givens, along with Joe Griffin, remembered dreaming one night about Scandinavian cruise ships. And why was that? Well, it was because he had had a terrible bank holiday day the day before, visiting IKEA against his will, going from room to room, full up with people, just like a Scandinavian cruise ship, you might imagine. Dreaming is the emotional flush toilet that frees your emotions to serve you properly the next day, just like a good laxative. And Griffin called his dreaming theory the expectation fulfillment theory of dreaming. And no one has disproved this theory in over 20 years, and no one has bettered it in the sense of coming up with a better theory which explains more about human behavior. And in time, and when the current holders of the competing theories leave their post and lose their influence, this dreaming explanation will have become the conventional wisdom. Now, these are the essential points of understanding about dreaming, which is the deepest state we can ever enter, the deepest state of trance we can ever enter. Dreams are metaphorical translations of waking expectations. Expectations which cause emotional arousal that is not acted upon during the day and are the basis of dreams during that night. And dreaming then deactivates that emotional arousal by completing the expectation pattern metaphorical, freeing the brain to respond afresh to each new day. And this is the clincher. Dreams can explain depression. So it's been known for many years that depression has something to do with sleep. For example, experiments had shown quite clearly that if you deprive depressed people of REM sleep, then depression lessened. However, it was not until Joe Griffin undertook his groundbreaking research into why we dream that it became clear what a depression is and thus how it can be lifted. It is response to excessive ruminations and arousals caused by a life which is not working. A bit like boiling sticky chocolate, overflowing the pan. and you just can't seem to stop it. Now these worries, of course, then require a large amount of REM dreaming in order that the arousals can be deactivated. But dreaming takes a lot of energy, and the brain becomes too exhausted to complete the required dreaming, and so the person wakes up in a state of exhaustion and demotivation. And then a downward spiral begins of worry, exhausting sleep, demotivation, and a growing incapacity to act effectively to get the initial problem solved and to get needs better met. And there you have it. Dreaming is our emotional flush toilet. Or like this volcano, dreaming can stop us erupting over. We just complete like these beautiful circles. Or see dreaming like essential mind maintenance. But while the modern car can be maintained just once a year, we need to maintain our mind every night, which is what we do while we sleep and when we dream, to create beautiful circles. Now there's more on my website on dreaming and what it means. Indeed, my website contains so much around depression and what we can do about it. And if you like this, then do subscribe and tell your friends. Until next time.